pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
You're up, Miss Sabrina.
The Board of Commissioners.
Speed it up. She's not doing it.
Okay.
Have a sip of coffee and
Okay,
pick it up.
I'm ready. The Board of Commissioners approves the May 18th, 2023 regular meeting minutes. I'll make that motion.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Joe.
Sir, you are up. Welcome.
Good morning.
It's the first time in this capacity we get to see you.
Staff, good morning. A little nervous, first time up
No,
here.
don't
Right.
be.
Just like
But,
you're talking to the neighbor.
Over the
Pursuant
fence.
to our requirement to give our quarterly update
Yeah.
from the building department, first and foremost, I would like to thank the commissioners, Michelle, and staff for your support in my appointment at the directorship and the building officialship. Thank you. That's very heartfelt. I appreciate your support, and thank you for that. As for our cloud-based permitting software update, we have concluded the implementation side of that.
Okay.
There's still some hours that are being used intermittently, established through our office manager and the IT specialist at OpenGov for some tweaks in some of the permits. So we've closed that portion of that contract and are moving into the future customer service side of that contract, and looking forward to getting it live on the portal second week or so in September.
Nice.
So we've still got some training, continued training, et cetera, for the staff.
Well, you know what? That's a good time to actually kick it off, because then it's starting to slow down. I was
Well,
gonna say, I was hoping you were gonna say it's gonna go live in like a week or two.
Nope.
I'm thinking, man,
No, we do
busy
have,
season.
we do have continuing, if you wanna
Good.
call it continuing ed, for that platform to our staff. And with a staff of only 9, we don't have the opportunity to kind of shut half the office down and
Yeah.
train, bring the other half on board. And that also includes the customer service kiosk. So we're in as the fourth item, the third item, our associated hardware purchase. So we're going down through our list currently of the associated hardware upgrades. We've got a couple of tweaks that we're gonna have to basically get into IT and have them make sure that that's appropriate for use into the county's network. And once that's finalized, we'll get the PO out for that. So we can get the equipment in the hands so we can begin some training. We have a backdoor process for that, but it's always nice to be able to work off of a tablet, because that's what inspectors are gonna be taking out into the field.
I was just saying, the inspectors will have a tablet and can do it
Yes.
real time.
Yep, all that inspection will be live time. So requests could come in at 2 in the morning, but until administratively we review those and release those to the inspectors to get into their schedule.
Yeah, to assign it,
And then
yeah.
once that's conducted and posted, it's live. It's real time.
Good.
And then the last item is our pursuant to the last time we were before you, the collaborative effort. I believe we have a resolution, I believe it's number 16 from Internal Services, for the request of the memorandum of understanding for us to do inspections, HVAC, building,
Yes.
and electrical inspections with the city of Ravenna.
Oh, very good, nice.
Yeah,
So-
and I know they're really excited. I talked to, our engineer over there. His
Bob.
name- Bob Finney. Last night, I saw him at the development board, and he's like, "You guys are gonna pass that, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yes." I said, "It's a win-win."
Yeah, since we actually go through the city,
Yeah.
for wherever we start our inspections out in the jurisdiction, it just makes sense. And I believe one of their inspector has retired at this point, and they are in need of that. So
Yeah.
the memorandum of understanding would allow that to be a mechanism, and Chris could add input into that as necessary. That would be the formal document that we would be able to use to legally do that. And we've been advised by Chris's office not to conduct those until we get that in place.
Yeah. And you know, I see this being a way of the future as we struggle to get folks with the certifications and stuff. I know Randy, a couple of years ago, tried to get everyone on board, but no one wants to give up their kingdom of, you know, having their own zoning or inspecting department, but yet this is a workaround that's
It
a
is.
win-win, so.
Yep. So that's my update, and again, I believe that's resolution number 16
It is.
for action later on for
Yeah.
you, and I'd be more than happy to stick around.
Great,
at
we're
that
gonna
time.
do that in a couple minutes here.
All right, super.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Joe.
Again,
Appreciate
thanks
it.
for
Thanks for
the
coming.
support. I appreciate
Yeah.
No, that was easy, wasn't it?
that.
Tammy,
It was.
you're up.
Thank you.
Morning,
Morning.
Tammy.
Morning, how you guys doing?
Good.
Good. All right, so I have a discussion topic. I know you'll be shocked. I normally just come in and you guys do more talking than me.
Correct.
I didn't see anything in our packet on it. Did you give us a copy of it?
It's just a discussion on the
Okay.
paid leave of absence.
Okay.
In our section 23, there's the vacation conversion payout
Oh,
that, in that policy, it talks about that it's brought to you guys on an annual basis and then determine whether you want to move forward with it or not. Because we would have to notify staff by June 1st if we were going to move forward. So what I did was I did a little reaching out to the board departments. I talked to the directors last week to see if they had that money put into their budgets for that payout, because it's a special line in their budget. And a couple of departments said that they do have that, so that's good. But what I saw from my research is last year we had 16 departments participate in this cash out, but only 2 were from the board. The other ones were from elected officials or non-BOCs. So.
Could you take a moment and explain what the cash out is?
So the cash out allows people, if they have at least 120 hours of vacation, that they can opt to get paid out for that.
Up to
So,
160 hours?
Well, no, it's only either 40 hours or 80 hours.
Okay.
So there's only those 2 options. With the vacation payout, with it being a full benefit to the employee, the accrual is paid out 100%. To their wage. When we get down to later in the year, when I bring to you guys about the sick leave conversion,
That's different.
because that's not it's a benefit to the employee, of course, but the
100% it's
the
reduced.
accrual rating is based on percentages against their wages. But this is a full payout on that, but it's only 40 hours or 80 hours. And then it would be paid out the last pay period in July. So that's why we need to notify everyone now, and then they have, then the staff that are participating in it will fill out this particular form, and then when they get processed through their departments and stuff, it's a special code in Munis for that, so.
Very good, thank you.
So last year, we probably paid out like 155,000, so there was several employees, in different departments that did do the payout: courts, auditors, treasurer, the prosecutor's office, public defender, the engineer, and some of the courts. So, and a couple people from the sheriff's office did it as well, because this is only for non-bargaining people for the way that the policy reads right now. We do have some bargaining contracts that I've been kind of looking at that actually have it already built in for bargaining staff, but that's only a few departments at this point that have that little extra perk there.
Good.
And I looked into that a little bit when you told us you were bringing this forward. And I think it's something down the road we need to look at is if we have an employee who's retiring and they have built up time that we end up having to pay, I think we need to centralize a line item for that and just put money into it from time to time, so that we're not getting hit with 10 or 15 people leaving at the end of the year and hit the general fund with a big bang.
Right.
And with that would probably work for what you're speaking of too.
Yeah, there are separate line items for
Yeah,
each
there
of
is.
the
I was gonna
departments
say.
now. So like now, even with our 2024 budget, tax budget, you can put money into there for that. Is like this, like if people know that they have staff that are at that retirement, or like this payout one is a special one as well. So it's just really the department head's responsibility to
And I
make sure
see-
that they put some money in
and
there.
I noticed that, but we didn't have anything in our
Our Board of
area.
Commissioners,
Right.
And
Yeah.
what if a department goes and overruns their budget and doesn't have enough to take care of that?
We're
Right.
paying for it.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
Yeah, it's a liability
And
for us.
I don't think it's fair, so
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's something we need to look at down the road.
Well, again, it's a liability for us. We have to pay it irregardless. It's time owned. And we only, that's one of the things nice about our carryover is that it always allows, but we should have line items. And most departments know, how many people, they keep an eye on people that are getting close to
Yep.
retirement and stuff, but
Yeah, the projections are so important to,
Yeah.
you know, for them to do that, so.
especially when like Jackie and us budget, they always take that in consideration.
Yeah,
All right, are we ready? I'll read.
Nothing else?
nope, that's
Okay.
it.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to authorize under Section 23, paid leaves of absence in the Portage County Board of Commissioners Personnel Policy Manual, Section L, vacation conversion cash incentive, which allows for full-time, non-bargaining Portage County employees in active pay status on the last pay date in July and still in full-time active status as a county employee, the ability to convert vacation time for cash payout if they meet the minimum requirements per the policy.
Second,
Roll call, please.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes.
All right. In accordance with Section 305.30 of the Ohio Revised Code and this Board's Resolution 21-0396, Part 9I, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the County Administrator's approval to. I'll make a motion to accept the retirement of Amy Hutchinson, Clerk for the Portage County Board of Commissioners Services, effective May 31st, 2023.
If we vote no, how does this work?
Retirement.
Retirement. She's worked long and
I need a word out of you, sir.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to authorize the promotion of Cassidy Parbell to clerk for the Portage County Board of Commissioners. The tentative start date is Tuesday, May 30th, 2023.
Cassidy.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. I need another word, Mike.
Second,
Roll call. Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to authorize the hire of Nicole Little, OMJ Case Manager, Portage County Jobs and Family Services. The tentative start date is Monday, June 5th, 2023. The Board of Commissioners agrees that this hire is contingent upon the applicant passing the required pre-employment screening.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to authorize the 3-day internal posting of bargaining position for Social Service 2 Worker Children's Service Division for the Portage County Jobs and Family Services with an external posting if no internal appointment is made.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize the 3-day internal posting of non-bargaining position for Child and Adult Protective Service Supervisor, Support Services, Children's Service Division for the Portage County Job and Family Services with an external posting if no internal appointment is made.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the anniversary probationary step increase for the following non-bargaining employees. Sylvia Kolskar, JFS. Audrey Riley, JFS.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes. Thank you, Tammy.
Thank you.
Miss Shannon, good morning.
All right, good morning. It's not as light of a load today as last week. 16 resolutions, I had none last week.
Yeah. That was the first since the time I've been here.
I know.
Excuse myself for 10 minutes. Go ahead, please. These readings.
Okay, first I have my project updates.
Yeah. I'm excited to hear those.
And thank you for doing that at the prosecutor's office. I appreciate it.
Oh, yes, no problem.
Very
Yes,
much.
it does, you know what's so funny? I go, we could just leave it like that, looks pretty good.
It is, except that they used silver screws. I drove by the other day.
Sorry about that. I'll get my little
I
permanent
thought if
marker
we go
out.
to Kent State and get somebody to paint marble, you ever see somebody do paint marble?
No.
They can make that wall look like a solid piece of
Oh,
marble.
like a, oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was thinking,
All right, we might have to do that, but it's gonna take like 6 weeks.
Well, it looks better.
only
Yeah,
guy
it
I
does.
know
It looks a lot
that
better.
is 90 years old. He can make a wall look like marble.
Yeah, those things.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
cool. All right.
So what we got?
Okay, so the stained doors
here at this building. They're gonna start the week of June 5th. He doesn't think it's gonna take him very long, he said, once he gets started, but he wants to do a sample on the back just to make sure we're good with the color.
Who's doing those?
Our
painter?
No.
No?
Rubik,
Oh, okay.
Dave Rubik,
Okay.
cause his art
He
is-
did
I
the
didn't
stuff
know
in
if
it.
our guys were doing it. I know they painted a lot.
No, it would take our guys way too long, cause they
Yeah.
have to take it off and go take it to the shop. It would
They're
take,
painting.
yeah, very long time. And then 6 weeks out on the five solid doors that we have coming in that we're replacing. We had to change the date for the EMA. There was some changes made that were found by the architects, so we just pushed out the bid date for 2 weeks.
Oh.
He just found some engineering issues that they need a little more time so they could put out an addendum.
Gotcha.
So in the addendum, we extended the bid date for 2 weeks.
Okay.
The Marks radio towers, we moved from the shelters to the towers, so the towers will go out to bid on June 21st. So, and then after that, we'll do the final bid to have them all put together, so construction of it. The engineering old site, I got an email from the gentleman, and he said, that steps 1 and 2 are complete, and everything's on time to send to Buster, so hopefully Buster will give us the approval and we'll be done.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
How many years is that in the making? We don't wanna know.
I don't know, probably what, 5 or 6?
Oh, more.
Or more, I don't know.
More.
The prosecutor's office, I have a little update on that. The project came in at 284, and it was discussed in pre-construction meeting that the northeast and south wall buildings will be fixed. Maintenance found some leaking on the south side since then. So we might as well, I need an additional $69,000 for that, and I'm gonna pull it from one of my other projects that came in under budget. I was talking to Jackie. She seemed to think that that'd be okay. Because if I have to bid it out again for the south side, it's gonna be triple. So it just makes sense to me, so. And then I think that's it. That's all I got.
I have that one question.
Yeah.
That gal from the EPA that was trying to
She
say.
did not call me back.
Go back.
No, I left her 2 messages.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Is that it, Shannon? on
That's
the
it.
updates? Okay.
That's it.
Is there anything on any of the resolutions you wanna point out, or?
I was just gonna
Just
point out
normal?
16, but they're already discussed, it, so we're good to go.
All right, we'll go ahead and start then. I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an agreement with the Portage County Recorder and US Imaging, Inc.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners accepts and awards the bid for the Portage County Juvenile Court Building renovation.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an agreement for damage assessment software with Portage County Emergency Management Agency and Futurity IT, Inc.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners approves specifications and sets the bid date for the tower and foundation design for the Marks Radio Towers for the Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to set the time and place for the annual meeting of the county and township authorities as prescribed by the Ohio Revised Code 5543.06.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners accepts the contract change order number 1 and the final construction agreement with Carvo Companies, Inc. and the Portage County Engineers Office for the project known as 2022-411 resurfacing improvements project in various townships in Portage County.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners accepts proposals of MS Consultants, Inc. and enter into an agreement for providing professional construction administration services for the project known as Silica Sand Road Bridge Replacement, NEL 162, County Highway 253, and Portage County.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners accepts contract modifications, number 1 in the agreement between the Ohio Department of Transportation and the Portage County for the project known as Mogador Road Resurfacing Project in Portage County.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners declares DLZ most qualified firm as the result of review and analysis of qualifications and enter into negotiations for providing professional construction administrative services for the project known as Replacement of Jones Road, PAL 106 TR 136 Bridge over Kale Creek in Palmyra Township, Portage County.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion the Board of Commissioners accepts and awards the bid of Marucci and Gaffney Excavating Company for the Jones Road Bridge Replacement PAL 106 TR 136 over Kale Creek in Palmyra Township, Portage County.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion the Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an agreement with Jobs and Family Services and Family and Community Services, Inc. for Transitional Recovery House Case Management Services.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion the Board of Commissioners approves the specifications and sets the date for the Critical Infrastructure Grant BX-21-1CJ-1 Maple Grove Road Improvements Project, Ravenna, Ohio.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion the Board of Commissioners declares obsolete and authorizes the sale of a vehicle by public auction.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion the Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an agreement for security officer services with St. Moritz Security Services, Inc. for security of the Portage County Administration Building 449 South Meridian Street and Annex Building 266 South Chestnut Street, Ravenna.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion the Portage County Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an agreement for security officer services with St. Moritz Security Services, Inc. for the security of Riddle Block Building 209 South Chestnut Street and Ohio Means Jobs 253 South Chestnut Street, Ravenna.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
And the last one. I'll make a motion the Board of Commissioners approves and authorizes the execution of a memorandum of understanding with the City of Ravenna for the County Building Department to perform HVAC building and electrical inspections on behalf of the city within the corporate boundaries of the City of Ravenna.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Chris.
I'm not saying
one-
thank you,
Shannon,
Shannon.
hold up to
All those.
Chris.
Oh.
Commissioners, Joe's gotten a signed copy from the mayor for that agreement.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to get that signed today? I know it's kind of time.
Do you have it now?
They have it?
Yes.
We'll just sign it now. Yeah.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Shannon.
I gotta make sure I get a copy of that, you know.
My jaws are sore.
I'm like,
No
I
comment.
gotta make sure I get that.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll keep the original. Keep
Can you make sure I get that, so I put on my list?
Yes.
You know, I forget that.
Yeah. I will send you the original.
Okay, thank you.
So quiet.
Drum roll.
You can say happy birthday.
You can sing happy birthday to me.
That's right.
Happy birthday, Commissioner Mike
Is it your
Timmer.
birthday?
Happy birthday.
And I will not sing, the
I
ladies
thought you were
may.
just saying that.
It's my birthday. No, thank you.
Today's what, the
25.
Get one more
20
year before
25.
Medicare.
No, one more year for what?
Right before Medicare.
Well, Medicare action, buddy.
You wanna give that to Joe and Chris?
Silver sneakers.
We'll just need a copy of that.
Bingo.
That's a suggestion, by the way.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks again.
All right, thank you.
Shannon.
Thank you. You said it, see?
Jobs and Family Services.
Hey, how are you?
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Pull a chair up.
We're rotating.
Rotated.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the way you are, Susan. I don't get it.
I'm close enough.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, ladies.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I like that color.
Oh, thank you.
Morning.
Good morning. So, here we are. Are you ready? for me
Yes,
to
ma'am.
Start?
Go.
Okay, my first agenda item is the March-April data report. On the first page, it might be a little bit confusing that the number of children from March to April in subsidized care reduced, but the funds used increased.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah, see? See, I come prepared.
Like, what's up?
So Rebecca and I processed through it. We think it either has to do with spring break and kids, but again, that would not be a reduction, but rates of senders going up.
That's what I
So
thought.
we double checked to
Yeah.
make sure the numbers are accurate, and they are. So that's what we're thinking. So I just wanted to make sure I addressed that with you.
Page 2, also in the public assistance division, which is good for us. We saw a reduction in calls coming into our customer service queue from 3590 in March to 2698, about 900 calls. And then also the clients that are seen in the lobby reduced from 770 to 659 in the month. We are still working overtime project through the grant provided through the Department of Medicaid. So our belief is we're reducing the volume of work and delinquencies, hence people are not calling to follow up as much.
Wow.
Yep. As far as work experience, I didn't highlight anything in Ohio Means Jobs except for our benefit bridge caseload continues to increase. We're at 26 cases now, and that's the pilot program that's funded by the state. We're ecstatic about that. Unless you had any questions on workforce. No, I'll talk a little bit about our reentry fair in just a minute, some good stuff that came from that. In Child and Adult Protective Services, children in custody at the end of April, we were at about 173. As of today, 178 children in care. Our Adult Protective Services cases reduced a bit. And we're so ecstatic that Judge Smith now has established the guardianship board. We met with them when they formulated their board and sworn in their individuals, but we had 5 Adult Protective Services cases pending guardianship assignment. So the fact that they're going to be able to expedite it and get some public guardians for our people is profound. So we're good for the community. That was it in Child and Adult Protective Services. And then as of the end of April, we had 189 employees, and as of today, 192. So we're making.
What's our target?
215.
15.
Yeah, got some ways to go.
400.
Not that many. So that, and any other questions on the data report?
No, ma'am.
Oh, man.
Okay, as you recall, we started doing customer service surveys a little bit different. We have the QR codes, we still have the paper surveys at our front desks and available. But with this new way that we're assessing how we're doing, we had 99 citizens respond to our surveys in the first quarter. And if you take a look at some of the feedback, it's really stellar. We're averaging on a scale from 1 to 10, 9s and 10s as far as our customer service. In the back, there's some great comments. We have a little bit of a different survey in Child and Adult Protective Services. We just had different questions because of the nature of the work we do. But even in that space where we're not always popular when we're working with families, right? And kids aren't always able to stay at home, we're averaging between 8 and 10 as far as ratings are concerned. And so those surveys are available to families and providers, and so anybody that wants to share good, bad, and indifferent. Our program specialist reviews what comes in on a weekly basis, so by chance there would be an emergency need or something, she'll outreach to the administrator of that division right away, so we don't wait quarterly to give feedback to individuals. So, questions on that? I won't present this to you quarterly unless you would like me to. I just wanted to give you an example of what we're doing, but it's available as a public record should you want it. Is that good?
I wouldn't mind seeing it, at least for a couple quarters,
Okay.
just to see. It looks like Public Assistance Division's knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, doing good stuff.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
So, new senior monthly meeting. We learned on the heels of our work in Adult Protective Services, like many other systems, home health care system is starving for employees. Hence, we don't have any active providers in Portage County home health aides able to go in and work with our Adult Protective Services group. We established a support group with community providers, the courts, Coleman, United Way 211, you name it, we've invited people to the table to really talk about gaps in services. So we also got a list from former Area Agency on Aging where we're cold calling home health providers around Portage and asking would they be willing to work with us. So either via fee for service or MOU or contract. So we've got 16 providers that said yes. They're willing to. So
Good
How
for you.
many?
16.
16. The list was hundreds, but our program specialist just cold called and said, hey, are you willing? So we do have some adult protective services funds to help in that space, but most are covered under insurance anyways. It's just the workforce crisis. Mandy's team at OMJ is also going to look at some creative programming to train home health aides and maybe use that as an internship opportunity with adult protective. And then one other gap that we're seeing is transportation. We have a contract for senior services, and they're saying that some of our elderly are not able to get into the service arena, come on site because of transportation. So we're also looking at maybe some volunteer programs or even utilizing our drivers so we can really get our seniors to the programs that they need to get to. They shouldn't be homebound because there's not a transportation option. So I'm happy to give you updates on that space, or Kaylin, we can do some reports, but we're really trying to be very intentional in wrapping the right services around our elderly.
That'd be good to have some stats on a regular basis to, what your thought is, does it
Yeah.
actually work?
Yep. Okay.
You can-
So it's new, but they're excited, and there's probably about 15 of us around the table,
Great.
well intentioned.
Good job.
Okay. Ohio Means Jobs. So there was a grant application that I submitted in your packet. That was drafted by Craig Cernick, who's the director of Area 19, so we area with Portage, Geauga, and Ashtabula. There's some grant dollars available. Back when Ryan Shackelford was doing our trainings for emergency management, he did some walkthroughs of our building. We have security at Ohio Means Jobs, but we don't have key fob doors or safe spaces. And so he had recommended that we look into that. This grant came available, and so we had already started looking at quotes, and then this grant became available. So we would like to apply for this grant funding to upgrade. We received 2 quotes so far for door installation, which is about $29,000 was the highest bid. And then is it IPS, which we use for key fobs, came in at around 19. So it'll be under 50,000 for the total package. But if we can get a grant to cover it,
That'd be
we're
great.
ecstatic about
Yes.
it. So yeah, I think it's the staff there are really the only JFS staff that are exposed to the public, and not that we have security issues routinely, but you just never know. So we want to offer that same stability.
Good.
Is that good?
It sounds great.
Okay. Back to school voucher. I just gave you a flyer. You all signed off on it, but we're offering back to school vouchers for kiddos to go back to school. This year we've increased it to $125 per family. Reentry fair was last week. I'll send you all a YouTube connection that Channel 5 highlighted Portage County.
I saw it, it was awesome.
You did? Yeah. So 32 pre-registered, but like 81 individuals showed up, and so we knocked it out of the park, and so we'll
Is
continue.
that the
to-
best one you've ever had?
First one.
First one and
Yeah.
So
the
it is
best
the best
one.
one.
Yeah, first and best.
It's probably one of the better job fairs
Yeah.
too. I mean, you've done like that individually
Yeah.
to Lawrence listening. I know they got big shout outs yesterday at the NOCCOG meeting,
Yeah.
and everyone was really impressed with.
Yeah.
And explain to them what else. It wasn't just job. Explain to the other services that you offered for these individuals, like IDs and
Assistance with photo, birth certificate, social security card, photo IDs, licensing fees. We have programs to help people get licensed. You need transportation to get to work. Child support was on hand as far as modification of child support. Just wraparound services. If there's some
B&B was there.
therapeutic needs that people need, but the goal is to get individuals from corrections into the community, into self-sufficiency. So it's good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
Nice.
And so we're gonna have our annual back to school health and wellness fair. That's an outdoor event that we have every year. We offer supplies for back to school bags. We have speakers. We talk about various things, vaping, mental health of kids, managed care plans are there. But it's a good event to draw families together as they prepare their kids for school. So you'll get a flyer on that in the future. And then Child and Adult Protective Services. I've asked Kaylin Kane to come with us today, and welcoming her as our new administrator of Child and Adult Protective Services.
Welcome, Kate.
Great.
Thank you.
You know, Kaylin, I will need to get your contact then,
Okay.
because every now and then I
Absolutely.
get these calls, so.
Yeah.
I'll quit bugging Kelly Jo. Every time, it's just a bad habit I have, I just call Kelly Jo.
Right. Absolutely.
But yeah.
So Kaylin's doing a stellar job. She's been with us for years. I'm just really proud to have her as a part of our administrative team and confident in what we're gonna do moving forward. So.
Excellent.
Thank
Well,
you.
Kaylin's just gonna briefly talk to you about some values in that division that we established. You have two flyers that I put there, so we won't take much of your time, but can you highlight the work we did with Mike Kinney?
Absolutely. So our management team met with Mike Kinney from PCSAO. We spent a lot of time kind of going back to the ground roots of why we're here, what our values look like, and where we want to go. So we highlighted these 4 values that we came up with: relationships, trust, village, and support. In children's services and adult protective services, we love the village concept, that it takes a village to raise a child, but it really does to support the entire family as well. So in relationships, we believe it's possible to honor the relationships and keep kids safe. So if we can keep these kiddos with family, let's do it, or any kinship that's available. Trust. We believe families develop trust when we are honest, inclusive, and inclusive in the decision-making process. So involving the families in this decision-making process, collaborating with them, and being transparent with them every step of the way. The village. We believe in slowing down and gathering the village. So not only having service providers around the table, but also their natural supports. It may be a friend, it may be a sober support, but who they can count on. In support, we believe in supporting each other's own growth, self-awareness, and self-care. So this is not only for our families, but also for our staff, making sure that we're okay, slowing down, and taking the time that we need to help rebuild these families. That's where we're at.
Yeah, so we're ecstatic. PCSAO is the Public Children's Services Association. Mike Kinney was the co-founder of Connect program, Connect to Family, but he came to Columbus on 2 different days and worked with this team, and we're ecstatic about it, and we're going to post these throughout the community, but core values in that division specifically.
Very
Good.
well. Very good.
MOUs, I don't have them for you. Shannon will bring them before you. Historically, we didn't do non-financial MOUs with resolutions, but we are aligned now with the new process. So there'll be some resolutions with 2 MOUs coming before you. One was provided to us by the Portage County Developmental Disabilities Office. It's their Child Abuse and Neglect Memorandum of Understanding. They outreach to partners to ensure that we're all accountable to reporting and supporting. So it's their MOU they're asking us to sign. So that's coming before you. Northeast Ohio Adoption Services is a long-standing agency that we've had a relationship with, non-financial. Under their umbrella, they have the Wendy's Wonderful Kids program, the Dave Thomas Foundation, Wendy's, and they help us to secure or locate adoptive families for kids. So they're both non-financial, but you'll see them before you, and we would hope that you would support us staying connected to those
I like
agencies.
Wendy's.
Yeah. They do good stuff.
Chili.
Wendy's the restaurant,
Chili's
Wendy's
awesome.
Dave Talented, yeah. Portage Summit on Kids next Wednesday. We're ecstatic. Is our first Portage Summit on Kids at Neomed. We have 108 individuals registered so far. The keynote speakers are myself, Judge Smith, and Representative Pavliga. Judge Smith had invited us to the Ohio Supreme Court Conference, and Kaylin, myself, and David Brode went with the legal team, and so from that fostered this idea. The keynote speaker from there is coming from California to be in Portage for us next week. So,
Fantastic.
yeah, we're ecstatic. So, just reminder that it's there. Did you have any questions about the event? No? And then May is Foster Parent Appreciation Month, and we're going to acknowledge some of our foster parents at the event as well. And I know that you have a proclamation, that you would like to read on behalf of our foster parents.
You do that? Yes. Okay. Proclamation for Foster Parent Appreciation Month. Whereas May is Foster Parent Appreciation Month, Portage County appreciates the 25 foster families licensed throughout the Portage County Job and Family Services, an agency of foster homes that open up their homes and hearts to children in their time of need. And whereas every child and youth deserves to have their needs met in line with the Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services theme to strengthen the minds and uplift the families. And whereas, right there.
Whereas we recognize that children are our most valuable resource and will shape the future, and whereas the Portage County community will make concerted efforts to continue to recruit and support foster families that make a difference in the lives of children welcomed into their families, and whereas
I'd have let her take it on down. We acknowledge that we must work together as a community to increase awareness about the need for foster parents while we continue efforts to promote the social and emotional well-being of children and families in a safe and stable, nurturing environment. Now therefore, let it be resolved that the Portage County Board of Commissioners does hereby officially proclaim the month of May 2023 in Portage County as Foster Parent Appreciation Month, and be it further resolved that the Portage County Board of Commissioners urges all citizens to recognize this month by showing appreciation to our foster families and dedicating ourselves to the task of sharing information about the value in foster children of Portage County.
Thank you.
Portage County Board of Commissioners caused and sealed on the 25th day of May, 2023. And I'm the only one that signed it. What's wrong with you two?
We were waiting for you to read it to make sure it was good.
That's good stuff. Foster parenting is unbelievable.
And I would be honored, we put you on our agenda for next Wednesday. A couple of you had already confirmed that you would be there. If you could read that at the event as well.
Oh, that would be
We
great.
would be honored since
It's,
our foster parents will be there.
foster parenting is a big, takes a lot of a person's life, and they enjoy it, and it just makes such a big impact.
It does.
I think it's awesome.
It ties into my next item. Do you want me to wait until you're finished signing?
No,
oh no, go
Okay.
ahead.
The next item that I have before Sue comes up is foster parent per diems. So in Portage County and all counties, we have our own licensed foster parents, but there's not enough homes to meet all the needs. We, as Kaylin talked about, we use kinship families whenever we can. We do have to use out of county foster families through networks that we have agreements with. And then also we use group homes and residential facilities. But we want to be able to promote residents of Portage County to become foster parents here. And so I did an analysis of per diem rates, so daily rates that we're paying our foster parents here, and then what the outlying counties are paying. So I did analysis of Stark, Trumbull, Tusk, Mahoning, Columbiana, and we are, I have to say, Portage and Trumbull are really the highest paying at this time. But I am proposing when our budget comes in July to increase our rates. Our minimal rate right now for 0 to 5-year-olds is $28.47 a day. And then the maximum for those that are 13 to 18 is $38.79. So I want to increase those by like $1.53, $1.37, $1.21 to get them to clean numbers, $30 a day, $35 a day, $40 a day. So it's a minimal increase. But we've also talked as a management team in Child Protective Services about increasing the rate to include a special rate for foster families willing to take kiddos that are involved in the juvenile corrections setting, kiddos that have developmental disabilities, and kiddos that have psychiatric needs. We're paying private providers upwards of $100, $200, $300, $400 a day to take our kids. And we appreciate them. Without them, we wouldn't have homes. But if we can increase the rate to our in-county providers and give them the supports they need, they might be more apt to open their homes. And it's better for kids to be with families than in facilities. Yeah. So our proposal was then to also add an additional $25 a day to any foster parent that would take a kiddo in one of those categories. So we have an upcoming table talk with our foster families. We would like your support in proposing that to them. And also, as we go on to recruit, we think it would entice people to maybe work with us more for the kiddos that have some special needs. Your thoughts?
You just said $1, $2, up to $400 a day that we're paying, and then you just said $25 a day for that.
$400 a day are usually facilities.
Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes more than that.
Mm-hmm.
We looked at some group home or foster rates in the private networks. It ranges between, this is for specialized, so kids that have $88 a day all the way to $210 a day. So we by no means would be able to compete with that, but if we move to a $65 a day, it's headed in the right direction. We do need to look at cost efficiencies, and so again, I think I'm not a shy person. I don't have much of a filter when it comes to certain things like that when we talk on the state levels, but I think some of these costs should be regulated. But these are private businesses and they're able to charge what they want, but it puts counties in a rock and a hard place, because when you need a bed, you negotiate that rate. And so we just really want to have our kids to stay as much as possible in the community. So it's at least a start, and if we can find the funds to increase it more, then we would do so.
All right, thank you.
Is that good? Do you support it?
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's my conclusion then, and it's just Sue.
Just
Not just Sue.
Just me.
I just heard that Rock Around
Just
Sue
what's
song, that song, Rock Around Sue.
Yeah,
Never mind.
sorry. All right, I just have my regular shared cost transfer for the month of April for child support.
I'll make a motion to transfer from Fund 1414 Child Support Administration to 1410 Public Assistance Fund.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes. Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very
Good
much.
one.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Jackie, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How about you?
Good. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Did you bring
So-
anything?
Birthday wishes.
Herself.
Birthday wishes.
I brought discussion items.
Good job.
Oh, boy.
I just have one discussion item before we get into the journal entries, and it relates to resolution number 3. This is just circling back on the discussion the board had with Hank Gibson last week about increasing the adult probation, the probation officer wages. So I did an apples to apples analysis of the savings that he referenced. He has an employee that's retiring at the end of May. So I was comparing the savings on that and the costs for the wage increases. So the cost would be about $83,000 a year total, and the savings will be about $73,000 a year.
So it'll be a little short.
It's $10,000 short, but when you factor in that Muni Court from Fund 1129 is contributing $67,000 at this time, that will cover
This year.
That'll cover the shortage for a little while. So, yeah.
So your recommendation is that we.
So my recommendation, because the probation officers are paid, their wages are a little lower than market rate than they should be. I think my recommendation would be to go through with the wage increases.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Do you have any other comments on anything else? It looks like it's all just standard.
No, yeah, it's all the other things are standard.
All right, I'll get on autopilot here. All right, I'll make a motion. The Board of Commissioners sign the satisfaction of mortgage for Ronald G. Gritton Jr. and Maxine Gritton for $14,100, instrument number 2002-18368, as requested by Neighborhood Development Services. Documents reviewed by the Department of Budget and Finance with no exceptions noted.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion. The Board of Commissioners sign the satisfaction of mortgage for Richard G. Lakowski and Elizabeth Hofstetter for $14,000. Instrument 2007-25940, as requested by Neighborhood Development Services. Documents reviewed by the Department of Budget and Finance with no exceptions noted.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
In accordance with Section 305.30K of the Ohio Revised Code and this Board's Resolution 21-03, 0296 and this board's resolution 21-0878. The Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the county administrator's approval to. I'll make a motion to direct the auditor's office to pay process the May 18th, 2023 bills, ACH payments, wires, journal vouchers, and then and nows as applicable, contingent upon the verification of the reports as presented by the county auditor and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to process the May 18th, 2023 budget amendments as reviewed and recommended by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to create Fund 4263, Talmadge Road Section 0-P resurfacing.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to transfer from Fund 1001, Certificate of Title Administration, to Fund 0001, General Fund.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to transfer from Fund 1129, Muni Court Alcohol Monitoring, to Fund 0001, General Fund.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes. Thank you, Jackie.
Alright, thank you.
County Administrator.
I got nothing.
You had good cannolis up in Boston.
I did. The
You
vacation
had a
was
good
great.
time.
Bring anything back?
Yay.
Congratulations, Amy, on your retirement, and congratulations to Cassidy as well.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll go into miscellaneous. All right, I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners receive the May 10th, 2023 correspondence from the Portage County Sheriff's Office, including the monthly record of proceedings and transactions for April 2023 in accordance with Ohio Revised Code Section 325.07.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners authorizes the reappointment of Scott McCullough to the Portage Metropolitan Housing Authority Board of Trustees, representing the Board of Commissioners.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners enters into a septic assistance program agreement between the Portage County Board of Commissioners, the Portage County Regional Planning Commission, and Hearst Construction for a septic system replacement.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners rescinds resolution number 23-0296 and further declares it necessary to levy a renewal tax in excess of 10 mil limitation for the necessary requirements of the Portage County Board of Developmental Disabilities for tax years 2024 through 2033 pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 5705.222.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes. Is there any public comment that you know of? Okay.
Not yet.
We will recess till 11 o'clock.
Not yet.
Looks like nobody's gonna be here.
You!
Are we ready?
Yeah.
We're gonna reconvene the Board of Commissioners. Is there anything else to become before the board?
Tuesday meeting.
Oh, next
Is
week.
there a need for Tuesday meeting?
No.
No.
It's right after a holiday, it makes it hard.
Okay. So I'll
And
have
there's
to-
nothing really.
What is this?
Oh. So there's no public comment. I'll make a motion to amend resolution number 23-0003, adopted on January 9th, 2021. Appointment to appoint Amy Hutchison as clerk of the Board of Portage County Commissioners for the year, what is this? I thought this
You're
is-
amending, that's the resolution appointing me as clerk, and then you're putting Cassidy in.
I know, but it shows.
It doesn't say that.
Yeah, it doesn't say
It
it.
does
says,
down in the whereas.
Whereas,
yeah, but we don't read that.
That's the title.
Oh, amend resolution. Okay, adopted as clerk.
That resolution
To
appointing
amend,
me.
there's a need to replace the appointment with Amy Hutchinson's retirement and appoint Cassidy Parbell as the clerk of court, or clerk of the Board of County Commissioners.
Okay, motion.
Second.
roll call, please.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes,
Tony.
Yes. Congratulations, Cassie.
congrats. And I'm watching you, I'm right here.
Is that all?
Congratulations, Amy.
Oh,
Is there anything else to come before the board?
Yes,
Nothing?
sir.
With
I
that,
don't have
I'll make a
anything.
motion to adjourn.
second.
Roll call?
Mike,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
There you go.
Man, this was a short session.
How'd you like that one, Bruce?
Boy, this was great.
Done in two.
Yeah, man.
And then
Are we still